Nobody tells you how strange it feels to become an adult. One day you are a child who can't wait to grow up, and then suddenly people start asking what your plans are, what you are doing with your life, where you are going, and somehow you are expected to have all answers. So you smile, you say you are figuring things out, and you pretend to know what you are doing. But the truth is, most people don't. Some people are simply better at looking certain than others. Some people seem confident because they have learned how to hide their doubts. And if you have ever looked around and felt like everyone else received instructions for life except you are not alone. Most people are just taking one step and then another and hoping it leads somewhere. And somewhere along the way, many of us learn that we need to become a different person before we are allowed to feel okay. More successful, more productive, more confident, more attractive, more accomplished. We tell ourselves that we'll finally rest when we achieve enough, finally be happy when we earn enough, finally feel worthy when we become enough. But the finish line keeps moving. There is always another goal, another comparison, another version of ourselves we think we should be. Many of us are tired, not because we are doing too little, but because we are carrying too much. Expectations, comparisons. The pressure to have our lives figured out, the pressure to always be okay, to always be strong, to always know what comes next. We become experts at saying, I'm fine, because we don't want to disappoint people. We learn to hide our sadness, our confusion, our fear, and eventually we become strangers to ourselves. And then there are people who leave. Nobody prepares you for how quietly death happens. Sometimes there isn't a fight. You simply talk less, reply slower, see each other less often. One day you realize that someone who once knew everything about you, your life, now knows almost nothing. For a long time, you wonder what you did wrong. But not every ending is a failure. Some people are only meant to walk beside us for part of the journey. Their leaving doesn't erase what they meant to you, and it doesn't erase the person you became because they existed. And perhaps the thing that hurts us most is the feeling that we are behind. That everyone else is moving faster, finding love sooner, succeeding earlier, building better lives. But life was never a race with one finish line. You have never been this version of yourself before. You have never lived this year before. You are not late. You are simply living your life for the first time. Maybe that's the thing we needed to hear earlier. You do not have to become someone else before you are allowed to feel okay. You don't have to earn rest. You don't have to have everything figured out. You don't have to be less emotional. You don't have to move faster. You don't have to become a completely different person before your life can begin. Because perhaps growing up isn't becoming someone new. Perhaps it's becoming kinder to the person you have always been all along. So if you are listening to this tonight and you feel lost or tired or behind, maybe you don't need another plan. Maybe you don't need to solve your future before you sleep. Maybe you don't need to fix yourself before tomorrow. Maybe you only need to hear this. You are allowed to be exactly where you are while